So I went from 213 pounds of just solid muscle and athlete to about 173 pounds just disintegrated away through this. We don't know how bad the damage is going to be. You may die.
What was the inception or the catalyst in Doc Jacques' life that has helped us to what we got here now?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've always kind of been good at ever since a younger age was winning as the underdog, right? So winning when everyone else comes you down and out. They told you couldn't do this. You had this label. You should drop out here. You should do this. And so that part of the story starts in 2009. So 2009 was one of my most significant health setbacks. So I played college football. I was done at the time, 2 medial meniscus, same darn one, 2 times in a row, 2 seasons in a row. Got done with football. Yeah, took that as my sign to get out. Then I was about a week away from graduating from Penn State and went to bar downtown in Pittsburgh. It was like one of the first times I'd actually gone downtown. I didn't know the area all that well. And my friends decided to get into a bar fight that night. And so we go to leave. I try to break it up and somebody sucker punched me, smashed me right dead in the nose, hit me so hard my nose made a C shape around the fist and just spun me around. I cracked my skull on the pavement and just blacked out. Got rushed to the hospital, was in intensive care unit for 3 days, living off a morphine drip. So my diagnosis at that point was a subdural hematoma, which is damage to the brain, just to keep it simple. CTE, so concussion, obviously from the impact. I had a bruise to my spinal cord, so I was paralyzed in my arms and legs. So much so that in that 3-day time, I couldn't switch myself from one hospital bed to the next. I was too weak. I didn't have the ability to do it. And then I had a fracture of my transverse process down in the lower portion of my neck. And so I went from 213 pounds of just solid muscle and athlete to about 173 pounds just disintegrated away through this time in those couple days and then the days to follow. And I got released with a bad prognosis. They're like, we don't know how bad the damage is going to be. If you start having headaches, if you start becoming forgetful, you may become either permanently, like actually retarded, like mentally down, or you may die. So come back just in case. So I remember leaving the intensive care unit. They rolled me out in a wheelchair and I had a little bit of mobility back. I was able to get into the car and was basically laying on my parents' couch for a couple of days. I had a soft collar around the neck and I got, pardon my French, but I got pissed. Right? Going from being able to do everything that you want to do to not being able to do a single thing for yourself. Your parents wait on you hand and foot. To me as a man, it's embarrassing. And I didn't like that. So that was where my first big health challenge sprung from. And you always have the option, right? Why did this happen to me? Or why did this happen for me? And sometimes in the moment, it's hard to discern the difference between it, but I could either throw myself my own pity party, or I could evolve and try to find ways in order for me to get healthy and get back on track. So I was getting adjusted. I was getting things done. This is the chiropractic journey part. And I was a week away from graduating Penn State to go to chiropractic school. And I went into the student clinic and I had no sensory output at all. Like there was a guy, he's a student clinician. He was rolling a neurological pinwheel, which is like a sharp piece of like metal around my skin. I couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't tell where it was. I couldn't tell the difference in temperature. And this is another setback. There's a guy with a neurology diploma. He said, drop out of chiropractic school. You're going to need about a $250,000 spinal cord surgery. This isn't for you. So I'm like, challenge accepted. It is. So I went, was getting adjusted, worked on my curvatures and stuff. And that's what I came out with chiropractic doing is like I had my experience from football tackling with, which would now be illegal, tackling with the crown of my helmet, burying it in people and trying to hurt people that way. I had damaged my neck. And then when I got jumped, it just kind of isolated a previous injury. So I got that reestablished. I got that curve fixed. And then when I went from chiropractic school to then actually having a job, doing chiropractic, I started noticing while I was doing a bodybuilding competition, my sex drive, my libido, everything started falling down. And then I got my testosterone tested and my serum testosterone levels were like 97, which is like high for a woman. I was like, dude, okay, so this isn't good for me. And on the outside, I look great, man. Like I had on that show, like I was probably sub 4% body fat. I did amazing, but on the inside, I was dying, right? So that's one of the big principles of health isn't just how you look or how you feel, it's how you're functioning. And at that time, I knew I may look good, the shell might look good, the flesh might look good, but internally I was dying. And so I am obsessed. I am obsessive. And so from, overcoming that injury to the brain to this stuff, I was like, how do I get myself back online? How do I fix myself? And that's where I created my segue into what I do now. So chiropractic still has a very special place in my heart. I still adjust patients. I'll travel around, do mobile adjusting, but the majority of what I do is work with patients worldwide on finding their weaknesses in their health. Again, not judging health of how you look or how you feel, but then optimizing their bodies fully with using state-of-the-art testing, supplement, herbal protocols, natural things, natural ways of healing to really hit the abundant life they were created to have.